What's good, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and this Saturday's UFC Paris, Benoit Saint-Denis is back, taking on Renato Moicano, and this is a pretty good fight. I like this fight in the lightweight division. I don't know if it should be the main event on this card, but it's okay. I like that it's 5 rounds at least. But yeah, in this video, I want to talk about who I think is going to win this fight. I'll give a quick breakdown. And in the background, as you might have noticed, this is a fight simulation in UFC 5. And it's just the AIs fighting it out. It's Benoit Saint-Denis AI versus Renato Moicano. And we'll see if the game can predict the outcome of this fight. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. And I think this is going to be a very exciting fight. I think that these are two very well-rounded fighters, but they excel in the grappling department. And usually when that happens, you tend to get a striking match, because their grappling kind of cancels out. And I think we're going to see a bit of that, but I do think that we are going to see some grappling exchanges. I do think that both guys will be attempting takedowns. We have seen Benoit Saint-Denis get taken down in the past, and we've seen Moicano get taken down by a guy like RDA several times. But I do feel like on the ground, Moicano might have an edge in terms of grappling awareness, such as like knowing when to really go for a submission, want to know how to slow down, whereas Benoit, he fights at a very high pace, and he's similar on the striking. We'll get to that in a bit, but yeah, he has gonna take him down and pass, because he's made some mistakes like jumping guillotine, or like going for submissions, or just leaving his hips wide open and letting his opponents get an easy takedown on him. But he has shown the ability to get back to his feet in a lot of his fights, using the underhooks and a nice butterfly guard. But against Renato Moicano, you can't be making those mistakes where you're jumping for submissions, or you're fighting at such a high pace that you don't even realize the mistakes that you're making. And then when it comes to the striking, Benoit Saint-Denis, I think he should really try to maintain that kickboxing range. He's got some really good body kicks, and he can set up some head kicks that RDA was hitting Renato Moicano, rocking him with. And you can also try to find that liver body kick, or just like regular front kicks to the body, just like Jalen Turner was using on Renato Moicano to hurt him really early in the fight. And then once you start taking the air out of Renato's lungs, you can start going into the boxing range and start letting your hands go. But Benoit has to be defensively responsible. Before in his fights, he would just try to bully his opponents, throw punches to the head and body, while keeping his head right up in the air, his chin right up in the air. He's not bringing his hands back to his chin. He's asking to get knocked out. I mean, he's trying to bully his opponents. He's basically hitting them like he was hitting a heavy bag, because he wasn't expecting anything coming back his way. And his coaches in some of his fights, like, they were telling him to take his time, to not rush, and to stay patient, but he would still fight the same way he always does, and that's worked out well against several guys. But against top contenders, you're not going to be able to bully them, so you're going to have to slow down and wait for your moments instead of trying to force everything. And the fact that his coaches were telling him that and he wasn't listening, it's good now that he got knocked out, because he is going to have to listen, otherwise he's going to get KO'd
again and again and again and again and again.
But overall, I think that Benoit is going to learn his lesson. I think he is going to stay patient on the ground and on the feet. And he is in his hometown, you know. The one thing I am worried about is if he starts landing some big shots at Moicano and he just forgets about that lesson and he goes crazy again, and maybe he gets countered because the crowd is going to be like cheering him on, and then he's going to throw his game plan out the window. But I think we're going to see a new and improved version of BSE. And I think we're going to see the same version of Moicano. So I think BSE is really going to have to show up here. And also, Moicano has struggled quite a bit against southpaws. He did struggle against Jalen Turner, who was able to drop him for big left hand. And RDA was able to piece him up. It was on short notice, but still I think that BSE can still implement some of those. Use those big kicks from that kickboxing range. Stay patient with your takedowns. If it comes, it comes. Watch for the submissions of Moicano, and yeah, when you start getting him hurt with those kicks, move in with that boxing range, hit him with some combos, but stay defensively responsible, because even if he's not the biggest puncher, the fact that you're leaving yourself wide open by someone who weighs the same amount of weight as you do and is he knows how to punch. Moicano knows how to throw a punch like with great technique. So that's going to hurt a lot. That's going to do a lot of damage. So stay defensively responsible. And I think that Benoit Saint-Denis can get a finish in round 3 in this fight. So I'm going to go Benoit Saint-Denis by a 3rd round TKO. I think he's going to drop Moicano and then hit him with a couple more shots and end the fight. And he comes back, returns, has a massive performance in Paris. It's going to be great. So yeah, Benoit, just stay patient and the openings will come. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, because next week is UFC 307 and I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos next week. But yeah, enjoy the show and I'll see you guys in the next one.